be the team, I'll be the camp, I'll be the crew. You need a win, who need a win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine. Never could doubt mine. They running the route, I leave them outline when I hit them. We just step on, spin move, in zone, scope. Scope for sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. We just step on, spin move, in zone, scope. Scope for sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Putting it down for that. Time I was down and out. Had to bring grinding back. Doing the drills and working the wheel you're grinding at. You know what it be. Playing this here for the keeps. Had to make off with a feast. A family to feed. Third cold where the trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Breathe on with the game now. They're here with a lane now. My home second with a rain now. Legendary on the field. Kind of drip is a skill.
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Mitchell Trubisky and the Chicago Bears.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bears getting the football here offensively, and the man in charge at QB. It is 4th year now for North Carolina, Mitchell Trubisky.
We've seen a lot of ups and downs in a young career of Mitchell Trubisky. 3 years with the Chicago Bears, and he's a young quarterback still learning on the job. But what numbers do you trust with him? 8-7, 15 starts last year, but he was 11-3 the year before. The Bears offense, though, in 2019, just 25th in passing and 29th overall. They're looking for Mitchell Trubisky to elevate his game and bring the Bears along with him.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He'll complete this one to Patterson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to that, and now are likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
The debate about Kirk Cousins continues to rage both among Vikings fans and fans around the league. But when you look at his numbers, you think this is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Last year broke a string of 4 straight 4,000-yard passing years. with the emergence of Dalvin Cook in the backfield. So while those numbers dropped, he was still solid throwing the football. 26 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions. Now he just got to develop an extra target on the perimeter in order to get his numbers back to the previous levels.
The numbers for Thielen in that game last week: 5 catches, 116 yards, and a trip to the end zone.
And that gives him 9 for the season, and I've been around the game long enough to know this. 10 is the benchmark number, right? People want to get to there because that really signifies that you've had the year that you've been looking for and also gives you respect around the league.
The first carry down for Dalvin Cook. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Play action now. Cousins. Double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. And they will follow again as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Intercepted.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
A gain of 20.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. The numbers in last week's bowl game for Robinson: 6 catches, 105 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Trubisky to throw again. That's complete right around the 8. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. And this is going to be intercepted. The rookie Jeff Gladney picks it past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 14-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
It was was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards there. 1st down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
A quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Vikings.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
There's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 23.
Vikings. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. The all-pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Brought down by Khalil.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
6 yards.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Owen on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
This offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the 1st drive.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
By Jeff Gladney. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
On 2nd and 1, Trubisky quickly into the hands of Robinson. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone, and the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball's out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. That's caught out on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 35. That's good. A good pickup there, 22.
certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. That'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. 15 yards on the play, first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
34 yards.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Got a man, it's Patterson complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
Minnesota Vikings.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll run with a former Viking, Cordero Patterson. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
The ball carrier.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trubisky's pass.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will knot us up at 10. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points put on the board.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Just don't want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 1st down, it's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he'll get 3 up to midfield.
Dalvin Cook.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And 8.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Chicago offense set to get started. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches will do these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Now it's Trubisky. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Intended for Adam Thielen. Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Cousins. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Final play of the half. Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
The kickoff for Chicago.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they were ringing them down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Cook. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's good for a Minnesota.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. A 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
2nd and 2. At their 49-yard line.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one goes for 24 yards.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
A first down throw for Cousins. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They run it again with Cook. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. Bailey's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hope we'll get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you can do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Patterson fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up
2nd and 8.
At the Vikings 35-yard line.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Gain of 19 yards. And the Bears first down.
On first down, it's Patterson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 10 more there and another first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast and in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield.
And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown.
To Anthony Miller. Touchdown.
Anthony Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have once again taken the lead.
His kick is...
And he's able to put it through. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown.
Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Cook following the penalty. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Well, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. A throw for Thielen once again. This time it's complete. 12 yards there and a first down.
For a Minnesota Vikings. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Vikings 13.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cook. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
3rd and 7.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They got a shot.
A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he sidestepped one man, but reinforcements come to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Quickly to Thielen here. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
The 3-yard line.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC.
And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. The throw over the middle, taken in. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
First down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. A first throw for the backup Foles. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
His pass.
They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And that is incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made. No ground. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
The ball carrier.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
24-yard line.
That's out to the left, flat and complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no
yardage. Okay.
On third down, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Oh, they come after him, and it's blocked.
The punt is blocked.
So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
However form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
7 yards, the pickup there. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On second down, it's Patterson. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. He's back to throw. And he finds Jimmy Graham. Touchdown, Chicago. Jimmy Graham, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Chicago.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Back to throw. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Gibson. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point right down the middle, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Back to it after the pick 6. Cousins. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
To go.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. This is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Akeem Talib.
By the Bears.
We've seen a lot of interceptions from Talib over the years, and that was a big one to help seal this win.
He has such good ball skills, just always seems to be around it. And when he gets a chance to make a winning play, as we just saw there, he tends to take it.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. Foles. And able to find Graham. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Jimmy Graham. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete.
Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver.
And that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
He goes right back to Jefferson, and this one complete.
But he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
At the 33-yard line.
Cousins again. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
So not quite a 1st and goal.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson
with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Loss of a yard. Brings it 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's